whatever the net requirement calculation that is decided by the system, the same amount that will be procured or produced. If it is a fixed lot size, even though the requirement is equal to 50, but the system first looks into what is the fixed lot size quantity, whether it is 100, 50, whatever it is, the system will go to the nearest fixed lot size quantity. If it is more than one requirement is there, then multiples of the fixed required quantity will only be procured. We discussed it up to here. Is that right, Chandra?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, fine. So finally we decided, assume such that, okay, we discussed it with parameters like, suppose my requirement is, just give me a minute. If my parameter requirement is equal to this much, and how much the system will makes a calculation of fixed lot size, that and all we discussed it. Okay, we didn't save it. No problem. We are taking a scenario like my sales order quantity is equal to sales order assume such that there is a sales order for 100 numbers, 100 pieces that we received the sales order. Out of this, I have a stock of, say, stock quantity is equal to, say, I have a stock of 50 pieces. Then, if the stock is 50 pieces, my net requirement is obviously where it comes to 50. Is that right, Chandra?
That's correct.
For example, I have gone for fixed lots. For example, I have gone for a lot for lot quantity. My lot sizing procedure is equal to lot sizing procedure that I maintained is equal to, say, it is equal to EX. EX is nothing but your lot for lot quantity.
Yeah.
The moment I say it is lot for lot quantity, whatever is my net requirement calculation, so my final requirement of planned order or a purchase requisition will be my final requirement quantity or the procurement quantity or production quantity will be only 50 pieces. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Procurement quantity is equal to, say, 50 pieces. Okay, I decided the procurement requirement quantity rather than the procurement quantity. I say it is at this point of time, it is a requirement quantity. Finally, I require a requirement quantity is equal to 50 pieces. Okay, the next question is whether I need to procure these 50 pieces or I need to produce these 50 pieces. That is the next step. How the system knows whether to procure it or produce it, that is once again depending upon the master data that we maintained in the material master, that is MRP2. What is the procurement type that we have been attached to this material master will play a significant role here to decide whether to be procured or to be produced. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So, for example, this is the raw material. Generally, for raw materials, what is the setup is, if it is a raw material in general, this is the thumb rule followed for raw materials is equal to, the procurement type is equal to F, which is equal to external procurement. F indicates external. The meaning of F is nothing but your external procurement. External procurement in the sense I am buying it from outside. If it is a semi-finished and finished in general, the procurement type is either it is E. E is followed by internal. Generally, E is not the external, but E is the standard SAP. E refers for internal procurement, or it can also have a procurement type of X. X will indicate for both procurement type. 1 second, Chandra. Just give me a minute here. So if it is a raw material, I will go for external procurement. If it is a semi-finished product or finished product, whether I may go for internal or both. The significance of both, is it clear to you, Chandra, or do you need any explanation for this?
Oh, clear.
Both is basically, suppose if I procure, if I go for both, then my system will allow me either I can convert that planned order to the production order. Also, I can convert that planned order to the purchase requisition. That means either I can procure it internally or external. Both are allowed in this case as such.
Yeah.
When we will go for this practical scenario is, suppose if I have the bottlenecks in the production, sometimes I may convert it to the production if the order quantities are higher or something like that. Partly some of the productions I can get procured from outside even too. Is this clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
That's fine. Good. So we decided based upon this. So finally, whether to be procured or produced, that is decided. That is third step of our process has been cleared now. Third step of our process is nothing but procurement has been decided. For example, suppose we are going for a procurement of internal procurement, say that is in-house production, say. Then the moment it is in-house production, I have to convert this planned order to production order, right?
Yeah.
If it is a planned order to the production order, that is nothing but your internal procurement. I am converting this planned order to production order. Okay, I am converting this planned order to the production order means, okay, when to start the planned order or when to start the production order, when to finish the production order, that is nothing but you have to schedule this production order.
Yeah.
Start date and finish date has to be decided by the system, right?
Yeah.
So this is nothing but your scheduling of the production order, right, Chandra? Scheduling of the production order, what indicates? Scheduling of the production order indicates in order to get the, we are talking about this sales order. I need the sales order or I need the quantity to be delivered, say on the 15th of November, say. For example, I am taking it up. I need the sales order by 15th of November. This has to be delivered from the factory by 15th of November. Generally, we will go for backward calculation. It has to be delivered from the 15th of November means when this is the finish date has been fixed. So accordingly, the system will calculate the back date of what is the start date if it has to be delivered on 15th of November. Chandra, is it clear to you?
Yeah.
For example, I have to deliver it on 15th of November. Suppose my production time takes 1 day or 2 days, whichever is the case. Then my finish date should be 15th means production has to be get completed by 15th means my start date has to, so 15th is my finish date, for example.
Yeah.
I'm taking it as 15th itself is I have to finish it of this production. So I have to finish the production by 15th means what is my start date? That is the question. So my start date should be, if it takes 3 days or 2 days, whichever it is. Suppose for example, I'm taking it as 2 days as a production time, or if I want to finish it of this, I have to take it up on 13th itself, my start date. 2 days I'm taking it up, 13 plus 2 days is nothing but equal to 15 days. This is what my production start date. If it is a production start date is this, finish date should be this. But it is not so simple just as I'm explaining it that it should be the 15 days and 2 days or 15th date minus 2 days. There are so many other factors also system has to take into consideration. For easy understanding, I am taking some simple figures or what is exactly happening in the scheduling. Okay, based upon this finish date, I am calculating the start date, but it is not only the simple date of the production time. I need to consider there are so many time elements involved in the production order. What are the different time elements involved in the production order? Just I'll come to that and I will come back to the glance of it. We'll take the glance of it and then I'll give me a minute. There are so many time factors involved in the production order scheduling. Sorry. Chandra, I hope we have been just had a glance of this start date, finish date, scheduled start date, scheduled finish date, operation times, inter-operation times, queue time, more time. Did we had a glance on this?
Yeah.
When we are discussing about the routing, I think we discussed a bit more details of the routing, when the start date and when the finish date, what are the different timings involved in the before the start date and before the end date. There are some floats. Float before production, float after production. These parameters we're discussing in the routing. Is that right, Chandra?
Yes.
All those discussions which we discussed at the routing will take place during the scheduling That is at this point of a time.
Uh-huh.
Are you able to follow me, Chandra?
No. At the time of scheduling means...
No problem. No problem. Just a recap of that one. Here, I decided the basic finish date. This is my BF is nothing but my basic finish date, right?
Yeah.
In order to arrive that, I need to, okay, basic finish date is nothing but my finish date of the sales order. Sales order I have to deliver. I'm taking it as 15th November. I have to deliver this sales order. That is my finish date, or my production date has to be finished by 15th of November, say, for example.
Uh-huh.
If I want to finish by 15th of November, what is my start date? How it is taking it up in-house production time for the material, which is the in-house production time which is maintained from the material master, which consists of lead time scheduling, float after production, float before production cushions, at the same time actual production time, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Backward scheduling, forward scheduling.
Yeah, right. We are talking about the backward scheduling as of now, Chandra.
So
that
when you say backward scheduling,
sorry, you are having some question. Could you please?
When you talk about backward scheduling, you take the finish date and work backward, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right, Chandra. You are right.
Forward means like I ordered today.
Yeah.
Then how much time it takes to deliver or to produce that, right?
You are right, Chandra. Basically, first one is very clear that the backward scheduling in the sense, taking the finish date as a reference, we'll calculate the start date. We are coming back.
Okay.
Fine. Basically, we are coming in this direction. So from the finish date, we are arriving it to start date.
You call it backward scheduling.
This is called as a backward scheduling.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming to the forward scheduling is, if I take the start date as a start, this one, or the requirement to start date, okay, this has to be initially this means what is the finish date for this one? Forward scheduling. In the forward scheduling, my start date is the starting point. Start date is this. Then what is my finish date? Generally, this start date is the current date is the production date, for example.
Start date is always considered as today, right? Okay.
Current date, yes. Today, or from the today, if I will start it, when my production will finish it off. Okay. Is this clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Then we will arrive at a finish date basically. Here the finish date is based on the finish date is when. Here we are calculating the when is the start date. This is nothing but your backward scheduling. This is nothing but your forward scheduling. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
In the case of the backward scheduling, we are calculating what is the start date. In the case of the forward scheduling, we are calculating what is the finish date. Is that right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. There is one more point, Chandra. Suppose, for example, we are calculating, by default, generally system will calculate the backward scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, my start date is coming in the past. That means even though, suppose, for example, today is the 2nd November. For example, I have to deliver it on 3rd November. This is my finish date. But I need 2 days of the time. 2 days of the time is coming around, say, 31st of October or 1st November, say. But 1st November is already past, right?
Yeah.
If the start date is in the back or in the past, then the system will automatically switch it to the forward scheduling, keeping the current days at the start date of the production. Is it becoming clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Because my start date is going into the past, that means there is no question of once again scheduling it to the past date which we are already been crossed.
Yeah.
So system what it will do is, because the start date is in the past, let us calculate the forward scheduling, keeping the current date as the start date, and let us arrive it to the finish date.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So while calculating all these things, the system will look into all the parameters which we are already maintained. The time elements. What are the different time elements? There is a float before production, float after production, inter-operation times, operation times, all these things will come into the picture while we are calculating the exactly the time in the lead time scheduling, how much is the time taken, or how much is the what is the start date and what is the finish date to calculate particular production order. That is what is happening in the fourth step. That is nothing but your scheduling. We are talking about the scheduling. In the scheduling, what exactly it happens? These are all the parameters that will happen. This is the scheduling. Calculation of the receipt dates, or calculation of the procurement dates, or calculation of the exact production dates. Is that clear, Chandra, to you?
Yeah.
Okay, we decided finally this is my start date and this is my finish date. For example, okay, let us assume such that we are taking this example itself. In order to finish it up by 15th of November, I have to start my production by 11th of November, say 13th of November. 13th of November is my start date, and by 15th of November, I have to complete the production order. There is, as far as the back scheduling is concerned, we don't have that. Still 13th, we can very well start it on 13th, and very well we can finish it up on 15th, for example. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now system has been clear so that on 13th this particular production has to start it for a quantity of 50 pieces, and it has to be finished by 15th of November, so that it can be delivered on 15th or 16th depending upon the schedule whichever we have been given or committed. Okay, fine. Next step is we decided when to start, we decided what to start, and everything has been decided. Okay, now the question is we are planning for the header material. What about the dependent components? Do we have the proper dependent components? For example, we are planning for the material X, which is the header material. This material X is not a simple material. It might be consisting of so many semi-finished and furthermore raw materials even too. This material X is consisting of say finished product, semi-finished product, say Y1, Y2 are the finished products involved, semi-finished product involved in production of this say X1, and Y1, Y2 are consisting of say raw materials R1, R2 and R3, R4, something like that. There are different mechanisms in order to produce say Y1, Y2 also. What I am talking about is, this is my finished product, this is my FG. In order to produce this FG, what we are planning is for the calculation of the FG start date, FG's finish date, or FG start date. And okay, what about the semi-finished product? Do I have the semi-finished product in stock or not? That has to be known or checked by the system, right? Unless until if I don't have the semi-finished product in stock, how can I produce the material X? It is not possible, right?
Yeah.
So that has to be, system has to check it, all those things. So that will be checked, the parameter, that is the last parameter called as, last parameter, which is known as the bomb explosion. While exploding the bomb, system will look into, we have been discussing this point during the MRP and MPS also. In the case of the MRP, system will look into or plan into all the levels of the dependent components, right, Chandra? The meaning of all the levels is, it will also check Y1, Y2, it will also check one R1, R2, R3, R4, like this, all the level by level, it will keep on checking it, whether do I have the stock or not. If it is not, when to be started or when to be finished, all these things. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
So these are the 5 important steps, are essential, or the backward steps that are happening while running the MRP when we are executing a transaction called as MD02, which is the transaction code to run the MRP in the front end for a single material multi-level. System will run through all the 5 steps for each and every material. The moment it is for MRP run, it will first calculate the net requirement calculation, it will calculate the lot sizing, it will calculate the procurement, it will calculate the scheduling, and it will explode the bomb. Finally, it will give the results of the MRP in MD04 or MD05. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
So all these 5 steps are mandatory steps, and they will calculate for each and every material whenever there is MRP run is taking place. Okay, coming to the next part of it. What are the different MRP options available? Whether it can be, we can run the MRP for all the materials in the front end. We can run the MRP for specific material for a specific levels also. There is an option given for MRP to run for different materials or different levels. The very first thing is coming to the system. MD01 is nothing but running the MRP at the plant level. If I run the MRP for all the materials in the front end as such, this is the MRP run for a particular plant for all the materials. But generally this is not at all recommended because running the MRP in the front end, it takes a lot of time. At the same time, it will block the total server load as such, or server will get engaged in the MRP run. So what generally people will do is they will run the MRP in the background job, that too in the scheduled jobs at the night times where the load is less.
Yeah.
Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
So this is MD01, which is running of the MRP in the front end. Generally it is not recommended because it will occupy the server and then all the programs get delayed. In order to avoid that, generally MRP will run in the background and the scheduled jobs. MRP, for running the MRP in the background, generally MDBT is a transaction code which will run the MRP in the background schedule based upon the schedule. Of course, the basis people will schedule it, what to run, what not to run, and depending upon the business requirement, of course, in coordination with the functional team. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay. This is at the plant level. That means for all the materials we are discussing. Okay, suppose I want to run the MRP for individual materials, then we will go for MD02. MD02 is nothing but a single item multi-level. What is the meaning of this multi-level and single? We discussed it earlier also. If I run the MRP for a single material at multi-levels, it will check all the dependent components at the semi-finished raw product or whatever it is. It will explode the entire BOM as such. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, I can run MRP for a single material for a single level event. Only at a immediate level I am planning it. I'm not planning it to the other levels. Then I will go for a transaction called as code called as MD03. MD01, MD02, MD03. So for MD01 is for running the MRP for the plant level. That means for all the material in the front end. Of course, generally we won't use much in practical scenario that MD01 because it takes the server time and all. Okay, coming to the MD02 and MD03, yes, sometimes people they want to run the MRP for a particular material. Yes, you can run the MRP. The options available for a single material to run the MRP, the options available are whether you want to run it at the multi-level or a single level. If you want to run at, generally recommended is at the multi-level because it has to look it into all the levels of the BOM. That is nothing but a single item multi-level. If I want to run only for the first level, yes, then you can go for MD03, which is a single item, single level. Is it clear to you, Chandra, so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, I have to explain these are the parameters. Just I'm explaining at a very first step of what are the different options available for running of the MRP when we are selecting the MRP. That is total planning of all the materials for a specified plan, single item multi-level, single item single level, and interactive planning. That means you can execute the planning in the interactive basis of that running the MRP results and then correcting it, stop and start in that scenario. Also, you can run the MRP with the different options available. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Coming to the control parameters, yeah, this is much important. Running the MRP is not something great. Before running the MRP, what are the input parameters that we had been given for running the MRP is definitely plays a major significance in deciding the results of the MRP as such. Okay. There are 10 parameters basically. There are 6 control parameters and 4 process control parameters. What are the significance of this? We have to discuss in detail as such. Okay. Coming to this processing key. Control parameters, in the control parameters I have the 6, that is processing key, purchase requisition, schedule lines, MRP list, planning mode, scheduling. What is meant by this processing key? There are 3 options available in this processing key. One is the net change planning in the planning horizon and the regenerative planning. That is NETCH, NETPL, NEUPL. What is this? NEUPL is nothing but your regenerative planning, which is used only generally for the beginning at the beginning stages. MRP for all the materials, irrespective of the changes, whether the changes has been happened or not happened. Similarly, there is one planning called as NETCH, which is net change planning, or first of all net change planning in the planning horizon, NETPL. Net change planning in the planning horizon. What is this in the planning horizon? Somewhere did we had a chance to look into the planning horizon, Chandra?
No.
No problem. NETCH. This is net change plan. Okay, coming to the first part. Regenerative planning is nothing but irrespective of the changes, whether the changes have happened or not happened, we want to run the MRP, because in the beginning stages there are so many disturbances for the material stocks, this and all, because of the implementation time, maybe some master data, this, that and all missing or something like that. In order to avoid that, generally people will plan for all the materials to run the MRP such that MRP system will look into the stocks, and then if any shortages are there, it will plan for that materials. This regenerative planning is not every time not commonly used, but it is used at the beginning of the month or end of the month or beginning of the week or end of the week or something like that. Sometimes they will use it because it will run for all the materials irrespective of the changes event too. Okay. Next thing is net change planning in the planning horizon. Net change planning in the planning horizon means, suppose for planning horizon is nothing but the period from current date to how many days in future I want to look for the changes that were been happened. For example, just give me a minute. Right. For example, this is the planning horizon, this is the planning horizon. The meaning of this planning horizon is from today, I want to consider look forward for 3 months, say. Within these 3 months, if any changes has been happened from today, say we are on the 2nd November, December, January. Up to 2nd January, if there is any requirement, any changes, anything is happened, I will plan it in the case of MRP. If there is a requirement outside this planning horizon, I won't plan it right now. Even though the requirement is there, but I won't plan for that requirement. So for how many days I have to plan is nothing but your planning horizon. Is that clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
How many number of days? In general, this planning horizon is considered as 100 days. 100 days in the sense roughly it is equal to 4 months. For example, each month is having 25 working days, say, then 25 into 4 is equal to 100 days. This 100 working days is nothing but from current date, it will look forward the 4 months in advance. Is that right?
Yeah.
If it is any requirement or any changes happened beyond these 4 months, then it won't plan it unless until this period comes. Okay, today is we are on 2nd November. My 4 months period is equal to say 2nd December, because December 2nd February. For example, November, December, January, February. So 2nd February is up to 2nd February. I will consider my planning horizon. For example, if there is a requirement on 3rd February, this 3rd February, even though there is a requirement is there, but today I want to consider during the planning. Tomorrow, my date will become 3rd November, right? Then once the 3rd November comes, automatically the 3 months period, 100 days is equal to up to 3rd February, right?
Yeah.
So 3rd February, this requirement is immediately comes into the planning horizon mode, right?
Yeah.
So the moment it comes into the planning horizon, system will calculate what is the requirement, whether do we have the stock or not, do we need additional quantity or something like that, it will plan it. Is that right?
Yeah.
It keeps on coming in this direction. Then 3rd February, 4th February, something like that, day by day it will look forward the requirements in the front end. Is that okay, Chandra?
Yeah.
This is nothing but your planning horizon. Okay, how the system knows that how many days it has to, that we will define in the planning horizon. Then the question comes, where we define in the planning horizon. This planning horizon we define in the plant parameters or the MRP group parameters. Just give me 1 minute. In the plant parameters, there is OPPQ is the transaction code to look into the plant parameters.
OPQ.
Sorry?
OPPQ, yeah.
This is planning horizon. Here I have maintained for the 1000 plant, it is 100 days. It is 100 days is nothing but 100 working days, Chandra.
Yeah.
That means from the current date, system will always look forward to the 100 future dates, right?
Yeah.
Today is basically say 2nd November, then it will look forward up to 2nd February or 1st February, whatever the 100 days comes basically. Then next day from 3rd November to 2nd February up to 3rd February, whichever the 100 days comes into, it will look forward. It keeps on rolling forward. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just one more information. The same planning horizon. This is the configuration parameter which we defined in the configuration. The same planning horizon I can maintain at the MRP group level also. For example, OPPR. Here also there is an option for planning horizon.
Okay.
For this plant, for this MRP, what is the planning horizon?
Okay.
Here in this case, the point of discussion here is, suppose for example, for any given parameters, there are settings available both in the MRP plant level or MRP group level. Somewhere I maintain that slide. And give me just 1 minute. Let me pull out that slide. Sure. Okay, no issues. Why I was explaining this point is, suppose for example, sometimes there are cases where the same parameter you can maintain at different levels or different places basically. For example, we are talking about the planning horizon. For the same planning horizon, I have the two options available. Either I can maintain at the plant parameters level or I can maintain at the MRP group level, right?
Yeah.
Suppose if the setting is available to more than one place or more than one instances, then how the system, whether the system will consider the plant parameter setting or MRP group parameter setting, that is the question, right? The answer for this one is equal to, system will always consider first the master data, that is material master is the master data. Suppose if this parameter is available in the material master setting. Of course, for this case it is not applicable. There are some cases where even it can be maintained at the material master level also. But the discussion here is, if any parameter is maintained at more than one places, how the system will look forward, what is the priority to take, which setting is to be taken into consideration is, the very first priority is the master data. System will look for material master or whatever is the master data that is required for that particular parameter. If it is maintained at the master data level, it will pick it up there itself. No, if it is not maintained as the material master, then immediate first priority is MRP group parameter. If it is maintained at the MRP group parameter, yes, system will consider the MRP group parameter, whatever is the setting available. If it is not maintained at the MRP group level, then only it will go for plant parameters. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
In our case, say, of course, in this case, we have the chance to maintain it at the plant level, we have the chance to maintain at the MRP group level, but at the MRP group level, we didn't maintain anything, so automatically system will look forward the plant parameters only. Is that right?
Yeah.
The same logic holds good for any of the other parameters also, Chandra. What we discussed is planning horizon parameter, which is the setting available at more than one places. Then the system will took the priority in this sequence. That is, the first priority is material master, second priority is MRP group, third priority is nothing but your plant. Is that okay? I'll just show you a quick example where particular parameter maintained at material master level and as well as the configuration level. In the MRP3, there is a strategy group is there, right? This strategy group I can maintain at the material master level, right? For the same strategy group, I can maintain at the MRP group level also, for example. Here also there is MRP group is there, right? That means same MRP group is one setting which is available at the material master level, which is also available at the MRP group level in the configuration. Is that right, Chandra, as of now?
Yeah. Yeah.
In this case, what is the system priority or which setting whether the system will consider the material master setting or MRP group setting? The logic is the same answer. Which is our answer?
MRP.
Here the setting is available at the material master level and MRP group level. The priority is the first parameter is the material master, second parameter is MRP group, third is nothing but the plant parameter, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So in this case, because I have maintained at the material master level, system will picks up the material master data first, then only it will go for MRP group, right?
Yeah.
So like this, there are many instances where the same setting is available at different places. In that case, system priority will be always the first is the master data, which can be a material master. The second is the MRP group. Third is nothing but your plant parameter. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
Why we are talking about? We are talking about regarding to the planning horizon. In that context, we came at different discussions. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So planning horizon, the concept of the planning horizon, is it clear to you? Where we will define the planning horizon, is it clear to you now?
Clear now.
Very good. That's good. And we'll go for net. The third point is nothing but net change planning. Net change planning is nothing but there is no boundary planning horizon. It means whenever the yesterday we looked into one more slide, Chandra. Yesterday, in the sense in the earlier session. Planning file entry somewhere I shown to you. This session I shown to you this parameter, right, Chandra? Planning file and planning file entry. Whenever there is a changes happen, immediately planning file will get generated. That is a checkbox called as cross or X or something like that. The moment it will MRP, it will reset. That's what we discussed, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
If I will go for net change planning, then there is no planning horizon. It will, if any changes happen at any time interval, that will be planned for MRP. That is what the planning, net change planning. There without any limitation of the time.
Yeah.
Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
That comes for net change planning. That is nothing but your third parameter. It will consider only within this planning horizon. If the changes are happened only within this, then only it will run for MRP. The second option is, if there is any change happened across the timeline, that will be planned. The third option is, whether the changes been happened or not happened, I want to run for all the materials, I will go for any UPL. Is it clear to you for the three processing keys available, which are the different options available for running of the MRP in MD02 or MD01, Chandra?
Yeah.
Slash and MD02. So those are the three options available. Yeah.
Like a question, like
Yes,
in the manufacturing area, people talk about, oh, we have some MRP performance issues. We are working on them. We are trying to fix them. What area they see these performance issues? Like
performance issues is actually, in the case of the MRP performances, one is getting whether the MRP results are, first is the scheduled job is whether getting executed properly or not. Very first part is whether the MRP is scheduled. We have been scheduled this MRP job for a particular plant on so and so date, so and so time, etc. Whether that particular job has been completed or not. First of all, that means job status first. Very first is whether the MRP has been completed or not. For example, we have been scheduled the job, but my job got failed. Job has been failed because of many reasons. Might be. It can be because of some master data issues, it might be because of the system performance, or it might be because of the system loading as such. In the sense, I have been scheduled to the job at that particular, but unfortunately my job got delayed because of the previous job. In the MRP, for bad jobs, it's not only just running the MRP. We will have so many bad jobs in the real-time scenario, right? They will schedule each and every job at a very precise timings actually. Okay, by 11:30 it has to finish, and by 11:45 it has to start. Sorry, 11:30 it has to start and it has to finish by 11:55 or something. Then 11:56 minutes some other job will run and it will finish by so and so time. Like that, they will basis people will schedule the clear-cut scheduled timings, right? If there is any overlapping or any job of the previous job got delayed or something like that, sir, then my timing, my MRP timings were get clashed with the different job timing, right? So system, there are some sort of issues with the system performance, so that one job is running, but immediately my MRP job also got initiated, which is system is not able to perform that MRP job properly, right? So in that cases, my MRP job fail notice may come. Immediately system will trigger that MRP job has not been performed or it is not successful. Is that right, Chandra?
That's correct.
So they will look into the job details and they will analyze that job. Yes, why it was been failed? Is it because of it was failed because of the previous job, or it has been failed because of the internal performances of the system? Okay, server was down or something like that. It was scheduled, but it was not been activated properly. Those are the nothing but your system performances, Chandra.
Okay. Okay.
Results, of course, results will not affect it. Results are always, because once it is done, check the MRP results, it will perform it once forever, it will perform the same logic, same everything.
Yeah.
But this repeated problems like system performances and then MRP job got failed because of the earlier job or this thing or something, some problems happen. Oh, those issues are nothing but your system performance issues, Chandra.
Okay.
I hope I made it given some sort of information on that.
No, clear. Thing is like real life scenario, mostly these are scheduled background.
Yeah,
jobs,
it's
right?
99.99% Chandra. It's all scheduled jobs. That's a very critical, obviously you are saying that so much a big project or something like that. So obviously there are so many servers and so many batch jobs, they might have been scheduled at each minute and each second event too.
So normally who monitors this MRP controller or?
No, generally the batch job, of course it depends, Chandra. Sometimes, either the totally basis team will take, or some people, in some other companies, actually we had, in my earlier assignment, we had one separate team which will exclusively look forward for this batch jobs.
Yeah, that is correct. The basis people are those, but IT people are in one building and factory is like 500 miles away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
So
MRP controller is involved for the information purpose and updation purposes. MRP controller, because he cannot schedule the job once again, reschedule the job, right?
that's a bad job.
Yeah, because that is a bad job. You don't know the further sequences of the, if he reschedule whether the other job is getting affected, you don't have much idea. So what you do, MRP controller, we get it, you are right, MRP controller is the person involved in that for information purposes. But scheduling will be taken care of by basis team as such.
That guy sits in the factory, right? MRP controller?
Yeah, MRP controller sits in the factory, Chandra, because his MRP results are getting affected. So he is the first person who is getting affected as such, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He is the first person who will cry, oh, my MRP is not running. Immediately he will trigger a mail or send a mail so that basis team so that look into so that my MRP results are not been triggered or something. Then basis team will analyze it and they will either the stop or reset the jobs and then they will reschedule it as such. And as soon as once that status is success, they will update. Yeah, MRP run is run. MRP has been successfully completed. You please once again confirm the results.
Yeah.
Is that right, Chandra? Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. In practical, of course, we are at the very big, and we are taking at the very beginning stage, so we are not going into depth of that, okay, batch job scheduling or something. But we are discussing wherever the concern is, some information is required. Is that okay, Chandra, for you?
Yeah.
So these are the three different options available: NETCH, NETPL, NUUPL. If I set any of the change if I change NETPL, it will behave in a different manner. If I set NETCH, it will behave in a different manner. If I set NUUPL, it will behave in a different manner. The meaning and significance of each of the processing key we discussed it clearly. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
That's that. Coming to the next option, I have for purchase requisition. I have three options available, whether the purchase requisitions are planned orders or purchase requisition in the opening period. What is the significance of this one is, from the MRP, I can get directly the purchase requisitions also, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Or I can have the planned order and then let me convert the planned order to the purchase requisition manually, either MRP controller or someone person who is responsible. Once the system has given the planned order, I can convert this planned order either to the purchase requisition or to the, depending upon my requirement. Is that right?
Yeah.
That is one option. Then I'll go for planned order. That is simply the system will gives me output as a planned order. Okay, this planned order whether to convert to purchase requisition or not to convert to the purchase requisition, and whichever is the case, that is manually done once it is planned order is there, right?
Yeah.
No, why at all I have to do it manually once again the planned order to the purchase requisition? If the system is very clear such that if I want to procure it from outside, let it go for purchase requisition. If not, go for planned order. If I am clear on that and I want to make use of that option, then I will go for purchase requisitions directly. If I will set one system will directly create a purchase requisition for external procurement, for other automatically it is a planned order only.
Yeah.
Is that clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
There is, in between there is one more option, purchase requisition only in the opening period. Opening period, did you have any we discussed this opening period somewhere. Any idea, Chandra? Of course, I'm not sure whether it discussed at length or not, but this point came into our picture somewhere.
Yeah, in routing,
there is a scheduling margin key.
schedule margin key, yeah.
It is opening period, code preparation, release period, right?
Yeah.
Opening period is defined here, Chandra.
Okay.
This is in days that we already been discussed, right? That means 10 days or 1 day, 2 days or so. That means if it is the requirement is within this opening period, the significance of this one is we are talking about the process control parameters here. If the requirement is within this opening period, then the system will calculate purchase requisition. If the requirement is beyond this opening period, then the system simply creates the planned order only. That is the significance of the option number 2.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Can I proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Coming to the schedule lines, the same concept. Schedule lines is basically the delivery schedules which has to be generated, whether I need the schedule lines, I don't need the schedule lines, or I need the schedule lines in the opening period.
Yeah.
If I need the schedule lines, I will go for option number 3. I don't want to go for schedule lines, then I will go for option number 1. I want the schedule lines only if it is within the opening period, then I will go for option number 2. Is that clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
And MRP list. MRP list is nothing but your results of the MRP. Whether do you want the MRP list or you don't want the MRP list. If
MRP list is nothing but results. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Results of the MRP. How many planned orders has been generated, how many purchase requisitions, how many production orders. All this stuff is nothing but your MRP list or results of the MRP, Chandra.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you want the MRP list? Then if yes, I want means go for option number 1. I know I don't want any MRP list means go for option number 3. Okay. There is one more option available, option number 2. I want the MRP list only if there is any exception messages or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Fine. Go to the planning mode. Here also there are 3 modes available. One is the normal mode or the standard mode, and the other is re-explode the BOM and routing. What is this re-explode the BOM and routing means? Suppose for example, I created a material master and everything has been done, but after some time I changed the BOM or I changed some changes in the routing or BOM. Then I want to incorporate, I want to explicitly enforce those changes into my planning means then I will go for re-explode the BOM and routing, Chandra.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
That means some changes has been happened. Please consider the changes immediately. In that cases, I will re-explode the BOM and routing.
Yeah.
If I will go for option number 3, that is delete and recreate the planning data. In the sense, suppose earlier planning data, if anything is there, I will delete it and I will recreate it as a fresh, such that new requirements will be considered in this case.
That means what? Like.
For example, my independent requirement has been changed, say. Or my planned order has been changed, say. Or my requirement has been changed, say. Based upon the new requirements, it will.
No, that is correct, but the option said delete and recreate plan data.
It will delete the entire old planned orders, everything, and it will make a fresh data, which is taking into the current requirements into consideration.
Oh, okay, got it, yeah. Okay.
Earlier, suppose I have planned the planned order based upon the old data or something. No, I don't want to look into the old data. Let me create a fresh planned data, then it will delete it and it will replan it basically.
But this is a better option, right?
This is? Obviously. Yeah, whenever there is, but if it is a master data, then you will go for this one, Chandra. If it is any master data changes, better re-explode the BOM and routing.
Yeah.
If it is a requirement data, then go for delete and recreate planning data. Is that clear?
Yeah.
When we are using it in different options, it is having a specific purpose as such.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
That's good. Coming to the scheduling, there are 2 options available, lead time scheduling and basic date scheduling. One is for basic date scheduling and 2 is for lead time scheduling. Lead time scheduling will calculate the accurate dates and the times into picture such that it will calculate based upon the routing data and all. Whereas basic date scheduling is basically the rough dates of basic start date and basic finish dates will be derived from the system.
Okay.
Coming to the process control parameters, there are 4 more process control parameters. Control parameters and for process control parameters, so total 6 plus 4, that is equal to 10, which are in the MD02 screen, MD01 screen, MD03 screen, all these MRP screens. Screen, input parameters are exactly same, but how it will behave, that depends upon the input parameters that we had been given. Okay, coming to here, let us simulation mode. What is meant by simulation mode? Simple simulation mode is nothing but run the MRP, but don't change the or update the data.
That, yeah.
Only thing is you want to see the effect of the MRP, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't want to save these changes or you don't want to update the database.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I will go for simulation mode.
Okay.
Clear, Chandra? Fine.
Yeah.
If I don't only I want to see the effect of it, then I'll just put a tick mark of here simulation dot and then run the MRP. Yes, it will run the MRP. It will show you if your MRP result will look like this. That's what the simulation mode is, right?
But so that means are we going to select only one of the 4 options?
No, you can have the selection of 4. These are this is basically the checkboxes. You can select all also depending upon your requirement. But keep it in Chandra. If you run the simulation mode, your results only show you to you, but the database will not get updated. The moment you run the MRP, once again the old data will be there.
That's correct.
You are getting my the simulation meaning of simulation you are getting, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you want to see the effect of it just temporarily, or you want to view that result means then go for simulation. Otherwise, automatically system will update the database event.
Okay.
If you deselect it, it will get updated. If you select it, then it won't update the database.
Yeah.
If the change, if I will go for simulation mode, changes are just for that time only. If I will go for without selecting simulation mode, changes are once forever.
Yeah.
One and the same explanation in different ways as such. Okay, fine. Coming to the display material list, if you want to display the material list, then you can basically like MRP list, material list, there are different results of the MRP. If you want to show the results of the MRP list, yes, you can select it, or you can. These are all almost the display purposes, Chandra.
Yeah.
And display the results of the MRP before they send. Yes, you can. System will prompt you. Do you want me save the results of the MRP? Then it will ask. Otherwise, system will once you will press enter, automatically it will save it. Otherwise, if I select it, then it will save the results before it will display the results before they saved. Is it clear to you, Chandra?
Yeah.
And here, if I select this option, then plan unchanged components means, suppose if there are any unchanged components are there, those also will be planned. Unchanged components in the sense, dependency or any of the unchanged, some of the parameters were not, some of the components for those component changes may not have been happened. Those also will be planned if I select for unchanged components. Right?
Yeah.
These are the 10 parameters which has really great significance. Out of that, the 6 control parameters are more significant. These 4 are basically display monitoring, with the simulation mode, display material list, display the results before they save, and also plan for unchanged components. These are the different parameters involved in running the MRP, and while selecting, creating the, when we are running the MRP, and all these parameters, control parameters and process control parameters, depending upon the settings of this process control parameters and control parameters, the results of the MRP will slightly vary because those have the significance. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Now, coming back to our PowerPoint. We discussed this one. We discussed the control parameters and process control parameters, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
And of course, we had a glance of this one already earlier, how to, what is meant by planning file and when we'll run the planning file, when we run the MRP, what it will happen. And planning horizon, yes, I hope it is clear to us now.
Yeah.
And where we are going to define it also, we have been run through. This is a single item, that's what the single item multi-level means. It will plan for all the components. Single item, single level means it will plan only the first level of the components. It will not look into the further levels of this one.
Yeah.
The same concept, single item, multi-level, different. In this case, overall planning is basically for the entire plant, for entire materials, that is regenerative planning, which is used at the beginning of the stages as such. This we discussed each of the parameters, what is meant by processing key, what are the different options available in the processing key. If I select NETCH, what will happen? If I select NETPL, what will happen? If I select NUUPL, what will happen? We discussed it regarding to the processing key, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
And regarding to the purchase, each tab we discussed it. Purchase requisition, what are the different options available? Simple, there are the 3 options available in purchase requisition. Whether you want the purchase requisition or you want the planned order. That is, purchase requisition means 1, planned order means 3. The second option is purchase requisition in the opening period. That's it. Similarly, for the schedule line, whether you want the schedule lines or you don't want the schedule lines or you want the schedule lines in the opening period. Third thing is regarding to the MRP list. Yes, exactly. MRP list, no MRP list or MRP list with exception messages, right? In the planning mode, once again I have the 3 options. Normal mode. Second is nothing but your re-explode BOM and routing. Third is nothing but delete and recreate the planning data. Is that right?
Yeah.
In the scheduling, once again I have the 2 options available. The 2 options are, one is lead time scheduling and the basic date scheduling. And process control parameters also we discussed it. That is a plan unchanged components. Where if I select this plan unchanged components, what will happen? If I select the display results before they saved, display the MRP list, display the material list, and also that is the last option, that is simulation mode also we looked into. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Stock, safety stock, this is coming into the picture now. Earlier, so far what we discussed is safety stock in the sense that even though the stock is there, but if I maintain this particular safety stock, particular quantity as a safety stock, for requirement the system will, for example, my stock is equal to say 100 quantity, and if I maintain a safety stock of 25 pieces, then the system will consider for requirement only 75 pieces, because 25 pieces it will consider for my safety stock.
Yeah.
Available quantity for planning is equal to only considering this 75 pieces, not this 25 pieces. Is that right, Chandra?
That is correct.
That is nothing but your safety stock, basically, which will take care of any unexpected demand or something like that. It will take into consideration.
Yeah.
Of course, in the safety stock, we have different parameters are there. Safety stock and partially available, dynamic safety stock, safety time profile, and all. Give me some more time so that will come to the safety stock parameters. Again,
Yeah.
back.
Can you go back?
Yeah, sure.
This is formed receipts. Forming is nothing but fixing, right?
Yes, you are right. Exactly
So,
right.
so not allowed to change.
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Where this firming indicate, where we discussed this firming concept, Chandra? Yeah, you are right. Just recap up. We discussed it in MPS, right? When we run the MRP, then we will get a firming.
We run them or don't touch them, kind of.
Yes.
The planning is already done for those. Don't touch them.
Yes.
Don't consider them, kind of.
You are right, Chandra. That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Safety stock. We need a bit more discussion on the safety stock. Wait for some time, Chandra.
Yeah.
Basically, I am taking you directly to MD02. I want to run the MRP and I want to run that cycle. In that angle, I am taking it up. Just I'll come back to this safety. No issues on this.
Yeah.
Okay, suppose for example, we know such that how to run the MRP, what are the different parameters for running the MRP, we understood, and if I set what will happen also we understood, right?
Yeah.
Now, after running the MRP, we have to find out the results of the MRP, right?
Yeah.
The results of the MRP can be, you can view into MD04, MD05, MD06, MD0, it is like this, Chandra. Just come back. MD05, MD06, MD07 and MD05, MD06, MD04, MD07. It is like this. MD04, MD05, MD06, MD07. MD04 is nothing but your dynamic list or static requirement list. MD05 is the static list, which is nothing but your MRP list. And MD06 is MRP list with the collective display. If I'll go for MD05, you will have directly the first part is you can check the results of the MRP for a particular material, individual access. If I'll go for MD06, you can have the collective access. Actually, I too really one and the same. From MD05 itself, you can go for MD06 as such. I'm not sure why they have been given different option of MD05 and MD06 separately. You see, in the MD05 also I have an option to go for collective access. But only thing is, if I go for MD05, it will, the initial screen it will open with individual access. If I will go for MD06, initial screen it will go for collective access, nothing great.
What is collective access?
For multiple materials, if I want to look the MRP results at MRP results for a group of materials.
Okay.
If I want to see for a single material, yes, I can go for individual access. If I want to see the group of material, I will go for collective access. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
But what I'm explaining to you is, even though the MD05 and MD06, they do not have the much difference as such. It is almost the same results I can see in MD05 or MD06 also.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure so that, of course, why they are given the different option. The same logic holds good for MD06, MD04 and MD07. Let me show it to you. If I will go for MD04, now I am in MD04. This is the stock requirement list. Of course, there is a difference between MD04 and MD05. MD04 is nothing but your stock requirement list, and MD05 is nothing but your MRP list. Stock requirement list, and MD05 is nothing but your MRP list. MRP list is the static list. Then what is the meaning of static list and the dynamic list is? Static list in the sense, when you run the MRP, the results of the MRP, after the results of the MRP, only MD05 will be updated. Suppose after running the MRP, some changes happen for some planned order or some quantity, some stock, it will not reflect again in MD05. It will reflect, whereas those changes will be reflected in MD04. MD04 is a dynamic list. The results of all the results of MRP will be immediately captured at the same time. Even after running the MRP, if any changes happen, those changes are reflected in MD04. Of course, we'll see it practically, then you can see it with more differences. You can understand it more clearly, Chandra.
Yeah.
The point here is, we are talking about the MRP list and MD stock requirement list. That is MD05, MD06 are related to the MRP list. One is individual access, the other is a collective access. Similarly, MD04 and MD07, which is the stock requirement list. Once again, MD04 is for individual access, MD07 is collective access. Now we are in MD04. Suppose if I will go for MD07, you will see the same screen but with the collective access as the initial opening. Right?
Yeah.
Now I hope it is clear to you what is MD04 talking and what MD07 is talking about, right, Chandra?
Yeah. Yeah.
Similarly, MD05 and MD06, right, Chandra? Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Now, after this, we have to run the MRP. For running the MRP, just we will create a material and we will work it out on that one, Chandra. Tomorrow, what is your convenience?
A question for you.
Tomorrow, yeah, tell me.
First, I was trying to send the documents, but I don't have your email address. Can I have your email address?
Yeah, sure. Just check it up with the Daniel. Does he has any concern on that one? Because
so you want me to send it to him? Or send him and he will send it to you?
If you don't mind, Chandra, because I don't want to see.
No, I have documents ready to send, but I'll talk to Steve and send them to you.
Could you please, just if you don't mind, Chandra. I'm sorry, actually, even though you are helping me, but actually, he's in. Sometimes he says that don't share your personal or something. It's a request from my end. Could you please just put a word so that you are helping me for some APO documents?
I will ask him. Yeah.
Thanks a million, Chandra. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Next question.
Yeah.
We thought of moving a little bit.
Timings, right, Chandra? I'll update you, Chandra. Actually, that guy didn't reply yesterday. I'll update you in the tomorrow session, please, if you don't mind.
Tomorrow, one more question. Tomorrow means Saturday morning for you, right?
Right.
So I have to come out by 8 o'clock tomorrow, every Friday.
No problems. No, tomorrow what is your convenient time? You tell me. I am available at any time tomorrow. I don't have
early time. Early time means I have to complete the session by 7:45.
You have to complete by 7:45, right? 7:45 for your time is nothing but my what time?
6:15.
No issues. No issues. No issues, Chandra.
6:15 we have to complete means we have to start. What time you want to start?
6:15 I have to finish it off?
Yeah.
No problem. Can I take it at 5 to 6? 5 a.m. or 5? For me, I don't have any problem because tomorrow is my Saturday, which is off, so I don't have any issues.
Oh, 5 a.m. is good for you, yeah.
Yeah, 5 a.m. is good for me. 5 to 6:30, 6 or 6 to 6:30, whichever is, depending upon, okay, that's not a big deal. Depending upon the subject and depending upon the context, we can extend or something like that. But let's minimum of plan will for 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. of my time is okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And on Saturday,
yeah.
My Saturday whole day is booked because we are going live.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't
going live is a big event.
You can concentrate for your work. Really, I can understand that is really live is one of the very, very critical parameters.
And Sunday, same time we can follow whatever time, like 5 a.m. Sunday also.
No issues. No issues.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely no issues.
Yeah, from Monday onwards, let me know. So try to start.
Sure, Chandra.
Yeah.
Understood. We can.
Yeah.
Clear, Chandra. So tomorrow's schedule is 5 a.m. of my time. Is that okay for you?
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And tentatively for Sunday also we are taking it as a 5 a.m. as of now.
That is correct. Yeah.
Fine, Chandra. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.